One of our guests who quickly became a favorite of ours is Ardes Johnson. He is the CEO of NeoVolta. Their ticker symbol is NEOV. And he is in the business of energy storage. And Ardes, I can imagine there's folks probably across the country right now who electricity is off, can't get out of their house because of snow, might be thinking, I probably need to call or talk with a guy like Ardes Johnson so I'm never in this situation again.
Yeah, right on. Thanks for having me, guys. And for sure, when you have power outages, it's a great marketing opportunity for our industry. But the reality is we have customers all over the country now that had secure power in a time of outage based on our batteries, and getting some good responses on that, and everything's working great.
Hey, Ardes, great to see you again. Now that we're entering this new year, actually, it's almost February. What the heck? It's time is flying.
News flash.
So, talk about the success that you had in 2025 and what you're looking forward to this year.
Yeah, well, 2025 was a great year for us. A lot of growth. We had year-over-year growth of well over 200%, and this year we're hitting that same growth trajectory as well. And I would tell you, we've got some really big news that just came out a couple of weeks ago. We announced a finalization of a joint venture that is going to allow us to bring a factory here to the U.S., and that's really going to help us out in the second half of the year, up and operational in July, just outside of Atlanta, Georgia. So a lot of great things going on for us, and a lot of changes in our company, to be honest with you. We're expanding from the homes to the businesses out into even utility scale storage opportunities, and a lot of things going on.
Ardes, I know as CEO of a publicly held company, there are certain things you can't talk about. But as far as that new factory in the United States is concerned, is our government a friend in that aspect in helping you get that done?
Yes, I would say that what we're doing today is aligning ourselves with the rules and regulations that the government has.
Okay.
And we've put together this opportunity. We don't necessarily want to say with China or without China in this world. At this point, we're like, help us understand what falls in the rules and regulations that the government has for us. And we built that factory and the compliance and ownership of that factory to meet those structured guidelines that the government has. Of course, the government has incentives out there that allow for investment tax credits to be had.
Sure.
And those require you to meet these foreign entity of concern regulations. And we are compliant with those, and we make sure that we're structured in a way that in the event that those change, we're able to be nimble enough to move with those.
Gotcha.
Hey, Ardes, you were talking about the different factions that you sell to and market to. Talk to me about, how you are with family homes, and how the adoption is when you're talking to people, because it seems like such a no-brainer, but as costs, what are the things that people question, and how do you convince them that they need the product?
It's a really big part of our business, and quite frankly, it helps us to put our brand front and center with the homeowner, or as we like to say, the people that sit around the kitchen table, so to speak.
Yeah.
It makes a lot of sense for a lot of reasons. We talked at the beginning of the segment here about the outages and backup power and that need. However, energy storage, especially at the retail level, which is residents and commercial, industrial, behind the meter applications, is becoming an economic play. And not only is it working for the end users, we like to say the homeowner, but the utilities as well have a vested interest in this. They have a huge amount of strain on the grid, which is driving up costs. And these two things put together are very complementary in the way that they work. So the conversation is typically very easy in terms of the return on investment, but also the nature of resiliency and having that backup play as well.
Ardes Johnson is the CEO of NeoVolta. Their ticker symbol is NEOV. Ardes, how big of a hurdle is it for you to convince people that the adaption, to go to maybe solar or a different type of power, it's really not that big of a hill to climb?
Yeah, for us as an energy storage company, we try to remain somewhat electron agnostic when we're having the conversation with the consumer. But it ultimately comes down to how do we generate our own power to take advantage of this energy storage that we have, which for the homeowner, typically majority of that is putting your own solar generation on the roof. And over the past decade or so, solar is becoming much and much more of a thing that people understand.
Yes.
It really comes down to the numbers. It's really a return on investment that these clients are looking for. 15 years ago, it was the early adopters who really just wanted to do it for different reasons. But now you can really sit down with a client and say, here's the return that you're going to get, and here's the actual amount of savings of tens to hundreds of thousands of dollars that you'll save over the life of that system. Energy storage allows you to put it all together and really create this holistic energy management. As I like to tell a lot of homeowners, you're going to wake up in the morning and you're going to be running your own power plant, and you're going to decide effectively how do you manage those electrons that you're creating, whether you store them, use them, sell them back to the grid. These are all opportunities that they're getting today.
I just want to run the AC in my house 24/7, 365, and not even ever worry about it. Ardes Johnson, CEO, NeoVolta. Ardes, I don't know if I've ever asked you this or we've ever asked you this, but when someone comes to you and says, Ardes, what sets you apart from anybody else? What normally is answer number A, or letter A, excuse me?
Yeah, for us, it's really, we're a technology leader. We've been in this business relatively a long period of time compared to other energy storage companies. We really understand how the system works, which allows us to have a clear lead in what I think to be called the quality assurance level in responsiveness to customers and understanding how the systems are going to work with the grid and without the grid. But another thing that I like to tell people is that NeoVolta, in and of ourselves, we're very nimble. And what that means is our environment is changing weekly, sometimes daily, and how we are going to respond to the market needs, whether it's the utilities needs, whether it's the homeowners needs, how things are changing. Our company has been very nimble. We've been able to model ourselves around a system that allows us to change platforms and to move in a way that will take advantage of the markets that are being created.
We got about 30 seconds left. What are you looking forward to, or what does the 6-month road look like for NeoVolta in 26?
Well, for us, it's really now starting with getting a factory up and operating, right? That factory is going to bring a lot of jobs to the U.S. It's going to onshore manufacturing here. That's going to help us supply to those bigger customers, the commercial and industrial customers, as well as utility scale customers. Launching our new product, the NV Wave, which is our residential platform that we have. Putting those all together, it's really 2026, as people are saying all over the country, it's about execution.
Oh, yeah.
For us, delivering product, getting that factory up and running.
NeoVolta is the company, ticker symbol NEOV, Ardes Johnson, CEO. Unfortunately, that was going to do it for this edition of the Big Biz Show. As always, we appreciate you